Okay, so today I'm going to be giving you instructions on how to do Lab 3. So the first thing that you're going to want to find is some sand, and the finer grained your sand is, the better results you're going to have with this experiment. So what I've done is I've actually taken this sand out of the flume at Memorial that we used in our last lab. So as you can see, it's pretty fine grained, maybe fine to medium. And then the next thing that you're going to want is a clear vessel. So this is a container that I bought at Walmart this morning. It was $2. And then some other things that I have to do the lab are a wooden spoon and this measuring cup. Okay, so the next step that I've already done here is to quarter fill your vessel with water. So I would say that is close to a quarter. It doesn't have to be too exact. Okay, so now what I've done after adding the sand to the water is I've been rocking it back and forth for a couple minutes. You can see there's a few ripples starting to form in the sand. So I think they're easier to see on this side for some reason. And you can also see them from the top. So right there's one, and there's another one, and there's another one. And then you can see there's 1, 2, 3 right there. But so basically how you want to rock this back and forth to create ripples is you want to move it just side to side until you sort of get a feel for it. But as soon as it hits the end, you kind of want to rock it back the other way. And then it just creates this nice oscillatory current that's moving back side to side. And then if you do that for long enough, you're going to start to see some ripples develop, like these ones right there. So you can see 3 pretty distinct ones right there. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add more water to the vessel, and this is kind of going to wreck the sand if you do it the way that I did it, but that's all right. And then you're going to want to flatten it out again as best as you can. And then you're going to want to do the same thing, rocking it back and forth to create some ripples. Okay, so after rocking this for about 2 or 3 minutes, there's again some ripples developing that you can see. And what you want to do in both of these steps is you want to record sort of the height of the ripples. So you want to go from the trough right here to the peak and then measure that. So just eyeballing it, I'd say that's close to a centimeter, maybe 3/4 of a centimeter. And then you also want to measure trough to trough right here. So the distance between where they, or sorry, peak to peak. So the distance between where they peak, or you can also do the distance between the troughs. It should be the same. And then the next step, you are going to want to grab the clay or silt material that you've collected, and then you're going to want to add about 1/2 centimeter or a centimeter of it on top of your sand. So there's actually a problem where I can't do this because the sand from the flume is actually a special type of sand that I've just discovered, and we are not allowed to add anything to it, and I have to return it to the flume, so I can't do this part of the experiment. But to find sort of a silt or muddy material, you can honestly just go grab some dirt. So what I would do if I had to do it is there's actually this sort of hole in my backyard, and I would just dig down maybe 10 centimeters and then grab material from there. And then I would carefully take it and put it on top of here so that it did not disrupt the ripples that were already developed. And then you're going to want to add another centimeter of sand on top of that. And then after that, you need to rock it back and forth as you did in step 7 originally. And then following that, what you're going to want to do is carefully remove the water. So how I'm going to do it is I'm going to take this measuring cup and just slowly scoop water out of here until there's almost no water left. And then if it's sunny by then, I'm going to set it outside, or I'm going to set it in front of a space heater or something like that. And I think that is pretty much it to do the lab. Once the sediments are dry, you're going to want to have a look at them. You can even try to cut a slice out of it so you can see the cross-sectional view and then see what is happening to the silt that you've added. And you're going to want to either take a video of that or pictures of that and then submit that as your lab assignment. So after you have taken pictures of the ripples that you've created, the last step for the assignment that you're going to want to do is go out into your environment and find a natural ripple. So the easiest places again would be a beach or a river, somewhere with moving water. He's also saying here that maybe you can find some moving in the air. You're going to need pretty fine-grained sediments to see something like that, but maybe you can find something like that. And that is essentially the entire lab. If you have any questions or would like any suggestions, just send me an email and we can talk about it. But other than that, that is the tutorial for Lab 3.